So for this is the first question I want to ask for the people that's listening to this. They might even know like what this is. So break that down. What is an insurance adjuster?
Yeah. Okay, guys. Look, we're not going to be talking about insurance the whole time. Okay. Like this is just part. This is part of me.
Right. This is important.
This is a part of me, and this funds my lifestyle. So all these other stories you're going to hear as we go through this podcast, this funds those things. So what an insurance adjuster is, specifically an independent insurance adjuster, they're the person that makes a decision on your claim. So let's say you get in a car wreck. They're going to say, hey, look, we see that you have X amount of damage and your policy says this, so we're going to give you this amount of money based on what your policy says. Same thing for like a home. So like let's say you have a roof gets blown off or something like that. Same concept. Hey, look, we see your roof blew off. You have coverage, and that coverage says this. So we interpret policy, and then we pay off that policy if we see coverage. If not, we'll see a denial.
Okay, that's a simple breakdown. So if someone wants to become one, what do they like? They need like a certificate, a degree, or or anybody can do it.
Okay, so everybody can't do it. Okay, most people can. Okay. So you need to have a high school diploma. You got to be able to work in the United States, and you have to be able to pass a background check. So some felonies won't be able to pass. Some felonies will, but you have to check your state Department of Insurance to make sure. And you'll need to be a licensed insurance adjuster. Okay. As well. So you had to study, pass a state license.
Okay. Test. And as far as like this, because I've heard people use the term behind the desk, and then behind the desk and like in the field.
Yeah, that's industry lingo. That's some industry lingo, man. So what we mean by in the field is we're a person that goes outside and inspects a property in person. So they might be inspecting a car that's been damaged. They'll go physically out and take pictures of that car. They'll physically go out and take photos of that house and get on the roof and inspect it and take measurements and things like that. So that's the field. And then in a desk would be like a call center. Well, behind a desk would be like a call center environment or a work from home environment.
Okay. See, I got the military background, so when I hit in the field, my mind goes somewhere completely different. I'm like, in the field? What you mean by that? Right. Yeah. So like, let's get to something that people definitely want to know when you talk about pay. So like, what's how much money can someone make being an insurance adjuster?
Let's talk about what they would make in the beginning.
Okay.
Okay. Because most people, most people who are getting into or listening to this, it's their first time hearing about it. So I've seen new people start out anywhere from $16 on the very low end to $36 an hour on the higher end for their first time being an insurance adjuster. From there, it's based on how long you can stay in the seat. So how good can you get in your first job? That's going to determine how much money you're going to make. So you might get your first job and stay there 6 months if you can catch on, and the environment for that deployment allows you to stay for a long time. Some deployments are quick. So it might be a small hurricane. You might be there 6 weeks, and it's not based on skill level. It's just because it's a small deployment. It's not a lot of claims. So you want to have a high claim count, and you want to be able to have a high skill level, and you can stay a while, and you can make some good money.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's some stipulations there.
So for you, how long did it take you to climb up that ladder and get to where you are now?
So my first deployment, I got fired in 5 days.
What? Really? How?
Yeah. It just, they hired too many people. And I was brand new. I didn't know anything. I think I turned my computer on two or three times. I got fired. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even get to work for real. So I got out of training. I got to my desk. They tapped me on my shoulder and said, hey, meet us in the lobby.
Uh-oh, you know what that means?
Yeah.
Come on, bring your playbook, son. They got me out of there.
Bring your jacket in.
And then, and so that was my first one. And a few weeks later, I got my second deployment. I did that one for 6 weeks. It was a small hurricane, and I was only able to work for a few weeks, and they didn't need me anymore. They sent me home, and so I got one more, like 6 weeks after that, and that was Atlanta. It was an auto deployment. I did 7 months there, and that's what really got me on my feet, and I mean financially sad, but also got my skill level up. And after that, I was consistent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So